Hey, good morning, tubers. It's me again, blowing up your computer with another whatever video. If you guys remember from I think it was like 2 videos ago, I showed you like what I do, like when I inspect a mower or an engine when it comes in. And anyways, I had an ad on Craigslist. The guy came in, he bought that mower, and then part of the deal is that I give him a discount. It's like any mower, I don't care. Like they bring it in, and it's worth $20. And basically on this one, I took parts as a trade-in. So I went and I pulled it over, and when I was doing my compression test, I could only get like 50 psi out of it, and I thought it should have been a little bit more. This particular motor, it does have that little bump on the exhaust, to make it easier to pull. But anyways, getting right down to it. So anyways, this morning it was just kind of bugging me, why it was so low. It didn't seem to be that bad. So I took out the spark plug and I looked at it, and let's see. And it had a little bit of carbon on it. Get it to focus here. Had a little bit of carbon on it. God, I hate this thing. How can I? Somebody tell me how I could do this better. I don't want to get my focus right. Anyways, and don't say buy a new camera, because that's not an acceptable answer. So anyways, it's got a little bit of carbon on it, but when I'm looking down through the hole, I'm like, it was like so super shiny in there. So of course, curiosity got the best of me. I pulled all the head bolts out, and then of course, nothing goes to plan. One of the head bolts broke off in there. I'll show you that. So I take a look at it. That's normal, There's nothing out of the ordinary with this right here. But you can imagine my surprise, like when I go and I look down in here. That piston, you guys, is like virtually brand new. I did not clean that. It's super shiny, like somebody was working on this and they put it in. And I went and I checked the valves, and the valves, once it was on full compression, I'm trying to spin them. They're not spinning, so like they're seating and everything. So like I'm trying to figure, what the hell is, why is it off? So then I could not get this blade mount off to save my life. So I did take and I put a puller around the outside on this the sump plate, and you can see right here, like I broke a big giant chunk out of it trying to get it off. So there was no way. It was just like, this is mostly a curiosity thing. Here's like another one of the mounting bolts that holds it to the deck. That one broke off when I was taking it off. This one down here broke off. Couldn't get this out. It just sat someplace for a long time. So anyways, I get back in here. I don't know if the light will let you see, but so I went and I'm thinking, okay, well, if the guy put the new piston in here, maybe when he set the timing, that he might have missed the dot in the groove. This is this right here. Come on, baby. This right here. This is for that's the cam gear. This is times the lobes and stuff to lift up the valves and whatever. And then there's a dot. Well, he didn't miss it. It was right on the money. I'm looking at it, but I'm watching the valves as they're working, and they're off by just a hair. The only other little weird thing that I did notice about this is, let's see if I can get up underneath it here, is that this valve keeper over here on this side, it's not in where it's supposed to be. It was sideways. So that was it. Yeah, just like, here's the only thing that I can think of, is that the guy that worked on this thing, he may have put a different cam gear in here that doesn't, what the lobes aren't exact for this 3.5 Briggs Classic. That's the only thing I can think of. Everything else is copacetic. The valves are sealing, they're seating, they're not leaking. But that brand new piston, that's a giveaway. Why that thing? I can't get this stupid case off. I might just take a grinder and cut it to get this case off, split this case so I can keep that piston. There's no reason, you know. I probably would never invest in, you know, some guy wanting to repair his mower, you know, with that. But it might come across, you know, that, hey, maybe I'll be able to upgrade this silly little cart over here and put a 3.5 horsepower on it instead of this little yard machines. So anyways, you can't save them all, guys. That's just what happened with this one. So anyways, I'm still not 100% sure of like what went wrong. So I'm just guessing that it's the cam gear inside of here. But here's the benefit of, like, when you do strip one of these things. There's a little box right here that I put together. It says Briggs 3.5 horsepower Classic or whatever. So I did get this air hat. That's nice. You know, filter cover. Flywheel, honestly, I'm never going to use that. I don't know why I'm hanging on to that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get rid of that right now. But all these little things. The little grass cover that goes up on top of it. It goes on top of the flywheel. That's good. These little starters for these old Briggs. This one's a little bit stiff, but you know what? I'll just take and like I'll have it all oiled up, cleaned up, ready to rock and roll. So if a guy comes in and says like, yeah, I pull started my motor and it started squealing and it sucked the rope back in, I don't have to take and stand there and clean his. I'll just take his off, put the new one on, and then boom, he's out. So, and then I'll go back and I'll clean that one later on. So here's another pneumatic governor blade. That's still good. Sometimes they break because guys don't know what they're doing with them. Coil, that's the money maker right there. Thank you, Bruce Pender. I know you feel the same way. Got to keep a box of those. I do. Here is this is like part of the kill switching in this old-fashioned brake. There's a like that goes on there. Couple of little handles here, you know. At least they match up. Just stuff, you know. That's the air intake. That's pretty. When you need it, you need it. All this stuff is like, it just, you know what? For most of its life, it's just gonna sit in a box, you know, until there's gonna come across that one day when you really need it, and then it's worth the world. There's another little linkage for throttles, whatever. So even if like you can't bring them back to life, you guys, you know, they're always worth something. This one actually happened to come with a scalping blade on it. This thing is just all solid steel. It's basically it's just got a straight edge on it. Has that little teeny tiny wing to help mulch. This throws the grass up into the bottom of the deck, and then when it comes down, then the blades will cut it again and get it small. But it's definitely, you know, sturdy enough to be a scalping blade. And then here's another good little thing. You know, this carburetor, you saw that we rebuilt one on that other one. But you know what? So like, I've got all the parts and everything. What the heck? I can have them rebuilt, ready to rock and roll. All you gotta do is pull the old one off, change out the part, and stick this one on. It's like a 5-minute deal. So, anyways, everything, it's all worth something, you know. Here's another one of those. Here's the pull starter that fits that clutch that goes on the top there. And this is what it was from. So 3.5. Yeah, it's a little bit disheartening. Mostly just because, like, I can't figure out, you know, what the heck this guy did. Why there's a brand new piston in there and it has such poor compression. And I can only assume it's this. I know there's guys out there that have, you know, they know a whole lot more than me, but my curiosity makes me tear these things apart just so that, you know, I'm trying to make myself a little bit better and then share what I know, what I find out with you guys. That's about it. Just wanted to share that with you, and I guess we'll just catch you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. We're up to 90. Looks like the internet might explode if we get to 100 subscribers. So thanks for everything, and we'll catch you on the next one. Out.